Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite series here on YouTube, Guess the Elo. In case you need a reminder, in this series I analyze my subscriber games randomly on my live stream, and then I try to guess their chess rating on chess.com. And the games of today's episode are horrific, which means you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna learn something. But viewer discretion is advised. And with that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of the Guess the Elo series, Surfshark. Folks, before we continue with today's video, I need to make sure that none of you are blundering your privacy online. You know how in chess, one bad move can sometimes ruin your entire position? Well, using public Wi-Fi without protection is the online equivalent of hanging your queen. This year, and this month specifically, I've been traveling for chess again, and you know what that means. Internet at the airport, at the hotel, and even at a random cafe. And none of those particular networks are known for their brilliant defense. And that's why I use Surfshark when I'm on the road. Because Surfshark encrypts your connection, so it helps you protect your data when you're on the road. Another thing that happens when you travel, you've heard me talk about it before. All of a sudden, your favorite show, poof, it's gone. Different country, different catalog. But with Surfshark, if you change your location, then your favorite show may just reappear. And here's one I use quite often. If you are browsing for a flight or a hotel, changing your location on Surfshark could get you a discount. And with how much I've been traveling this year, this one is particularly helpful. I'm really excited to have Surfshark back sponsoring the Guess the Elo series. As always, go to surfshark.com/Gotham or use code Gotham at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. All right, let's get back to the games. E4. Modern. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so far so bad. H6 is a terrible move. 2 pawns in the center. Good. Okay, black is not playing completely stupidly, but a good rule of thumb is you should develop knights before bishops, especially when you don't know where your bishop wants to go. And you don't know your bishop wants to go here. It could want to go there. And the knight probably wants to go here. Another move I would accept here is c3, because you make the diagonal stronger for your pieces. That move sucks. I wouldn't even let this move happen, but it's actually not a big deal. Okay, so black just doesn't know how to play chess. Like, here, black can still be Hikaru. Here, black could be 1500. Here, black could be 1500. Here, black could be 900. And here, black could be like 400. So that's cool. D5 is a great move. D5 is a pretty good chess understanding. Like, when you've castled and done everything right, you can strike in the center. In fact, I talk about this in the slow run. Slow run. You should watch the slow run. Terrible move. Terrible move. Terrible. Horrible. Horrendous. This is brain dead chess. There's 11 moves been made by black and everything is gone. Everything is gone. Now I would go bishop c5. And this prevents black from ever moving ever again, and then you play rook e1. Okay. I can tell you're a 3-digit player. I mean, it was very obvious by the way black was playing. But, no, this is just bad. I mean, don't smush your rook in. Okay. Yes, of course you gave this check. Now you're kind of stuck. Okay. Bishop takes, of course, to attack the rook. Now, did you go bishop f6 like a boss? Wait, sorry. What am I hallucinated. I thought bishop f6, queen takes, rook e8 is mate. I literally forgot I'm trading the bishop. It's been a long day. Queen d6 here would be really chad, because then he can't move the pieces. Yeah, you doubled, and you sacked the rook. That's why you submitted this. Oh. Oh. Okay, fine. What? Look at this move. Look at this move. Not getting mated. Now did you sack the rook? Nice. Did you sack the rook again? Queen h8. Okay. Nice. 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 This was well played. Okay. I mean, I have no idea. Like, the fact that you played d5... This is high-level stuff, you know? But rook a e1 is a good amount of information for me. Black's opening is a good amount of information for me. Okay, you snagging a free pawn, you not trading queens is pretty smart. Now, you not taking the bishop with anything is kind of crazy. You looked, you didn't get mated, that was smart. And then you attacked, and then you found this. Oh, Black's opening was really bad. You played well, then you cracked open the position, and then you didn't take the bishop. I would have to say between 9, like I'd say Black's opening is really weird. I just don't know. I'm going to say like 900. I'm going to say 850 to 950. It's definitely not bullet. I mean, I think people at this point know. 850 to 950. Let's see. 850 to 950 is my guess. 993. And Black is 997. Good. First guess, pretty solid. First guess, pretty solid. 993 was pretty solid. I mean, Black, yeah. I'm at, by the way, I'm close to this level right now in the slow run, and people are playing really stupidly. And people are playing, like, their openings are quite bad. But I think this thing is going to say Black is like 500. 750. And it thinks you're 1450. Wow. Okay. Anyway, now you can go to sleep. Hopefully. That was a nice start. Nice little, yeah, 2 brilliants for the, yeah, that made a lot of sense. I think this game sort of flowed exactly right. I mean, people at this level are still inventing openings, and you shouldn't, because openings are literally there to give you a nice way to play. But, you know, that's life. People don't listen. I feel like we have heard this song the entire evening. It's time to listen to Italian music. YouTube will never know. YouTube will never know. Good night, good night. Enjoy. All right. Game number 2. Random Noob has the white pieces. Gotham Sub with the black pieces. Little Sicilian. Wow, D6. This is like the ChatGPT game. Wow, Najdorf. Somebody should make a database of the openings that have been played by Gotham subscribers, and I do not think the Najdorf. Crazy. Knight f3 is so stupid. Why would you play Knight f3? Why couldn't you develop literally any? Was that a mouse slip? Wow. And now you go g6. Okay. Queen c1. Holy crap. Not even queen d2. Not even queen d2 in Long Castle. Okay. Wow. Not queen c1 and not even bishop h6. What is this? What is going on? There's nothing. You just attack the knight. Yeah, but the problem is you're going to hang that pawn. Like 1,000,000% you're going to hang that pawn. Okay, you took? Wow, 1,000,000%. You didn't hang the pawn. White plays rook g1. Look at this move, lining up the rook. Strike in the center or develop your knight. No! Unprincipled play. You haven't developed your knight yet. You haven't developed your knight. That's a good move. The rook, except it's ass. Why did you just sack material? Guys, if you give up material, there has to be a follow-up. There was no follow-up to this move. Now with black, you go queen a5, knight c6. You just create counterplay. No! Queen d7 is so lame. Queen a5, b4, something aggressive. Oh, rook b8 is so... I get it. Yeah, I think black is going to get under a huge attack here. Never mind. Okay, I would have went there. I don't know why that's a bad move. Knight e5? Insane. To spot this move? Insane. Okay, rook d8 makes sense. That attacks the g4 pawn. Knight c4 is a nice move. Takes, takes. Now the b2 pawn's hanging. White spots it, though. Well spotted by white. Okay, you fall for the age-old trap of there's a knight that can be attacked, and now the knight zips in. And now that's it. Now you're just walloped. Now, did black find rook b5 defending the pawn? Absolutely no chance in freaking hell. No chance. I mean, rook b5 would have been a legendary defensive move. White would have had to go here. I mean, it would have never, but okay, we just go here, and now we allow the prostate exam. Okay, so, yeah, like, your most powerful piece here is the queen. You have to get the queen involved. Oh my god, I'm allergic to these moves. Now there are no more checks. Yo, queen e5. The pawns are defending the king. Oh my goodness. What is rook? This is like the worst move I've ever seen. Why are the rook and the queen staring at the bishop? Why are you moving your king? Oh, rook f3 is crazy. Oh my gosh. Bishop f6, rook f1 check, and queen takes b2. Okay, this game was insane. It was a Najdorf Sicilian. What level do you have to be? What level do you have to be to... I mean... Just got a lot of gifted subs. Appreciate it. We're doing Guess the Elo right now. We're not doing any analysis or anything like that. But I mean, what do you... Knight f3 is crazy. Okay. No, there's no way that this is a 4-digit game. But like, maybe? But like, no way. But why would a 3-digit player play a Najdorf? And why would a 4-digit player make such... What level do you have to be to play a Najdorf that was that weird? Sack material. I think like... I'm gonna say 12 to 1300. I'm gonna say 1250. That's my guess. I think white has no idea how to play this opening. Just made a bunch of stuff up and tried to be creative. There's no way it's a 3-digit game. I think 12 to... No, there's no way it's 700. Like, what? No. 12 to 1300 is my guess. Survey says... 1461 versus 1502. I did not... Game Review thinks white's 1,000. 1500 is really wild. I'm not gonna lie, like, black played fine, but white, like, what was white doing in this whole game? What was white... What was white doing? Like, what was white doing? What was this? I mean, how can a 1500 play knight g5 here? And then, in this position, how can you play h5? And then in this position, how can you go here? What is this move? How can you possibly play rook takes g4? I don't know. I thought it was 1200 because of that. Really. Okay, this game came with annotations. So this game, he took me as an example, but he was the wrong guy. All right, Gotham sub with white. Game number 3. No, I don't think it's trolling, guys. I think chess is just hard. Wow, Catalan. Wow, Catalan. Okay, so look, with black, if you're gonna play a bunch of pawns on light squares in the opening, just like piece of advice, you probably shouldn't trade the dark squared bishop, because when you do that, you know, your position is just much worse. Like now you have no dark squared bishop. So you're gonna have to make some sort of pawn break in the future, otherwise your position is just gonna be terrible. Wow, queen a5 is a really bad move. Wow, that's... Castle? Thank you. And now black plays the uber powerful queen b4. That just does... That just does fudge all. Because we don't curse here on YouTube. We don't do that. This just does, you know... What does this do? Just attack the queen, advance the pawns? Okay, that's a little lame, but oh my goodness. Okay, so black kind of played this opening. I've been teaching my wife openings, and I told her that against queen's pawn and anything that's not a king's pawn, you can sort of set up this triangle, except she would always get her light squared bishop out. So she already has a higher opening understanding at like 950, 1000 than this person playing with black. Like she would never play these moves. She would have gotten these pieces out. I've taught her to be principled. Queen a5, queen b4 is bananas, but white playing a serious opening is also kind of crazy. Yeah, e4 is a good move. Just hanging a fork, just straight up e5. Oh my god. Okay, so we have a serious problem. We have a serious problem. If you guys are playing the Catalan from like some YouTube videos, and then you can't even see this fork, you shouldn't be playing the Catalan. The Catalan is basically like sending your opponent to the proctologist. Is that the one who checks the anus? You know, or whatever. Urologist, one of them. Like you're getting your anus checked in this opening. That's what's going on. It's like a root canal, but for your anus. Like it's like a colonoscopy. Like you don't play this opening and then not play a fork. I mean, this is absurd. A4 is a crazy move, and now you're just gonna lose the pawn. Now you lost 2 pawns. Ah, I see. Okay, and now you have check, tactic, and you win the bishop and the rook. Oh my god. Okay, this is obviously 3 digits. And now the game is gonna end with like f4. It's gonna be like, oh, never mind. That's a blunder, apparently. That move is fine. Yeah, the reason this move was losing is queen c4, but like, and now there's no way to defend the knight. Okay, and you are doing your best. And they hang a pawn, and that hangs the knight, which you took, and you blocked, and you ran your king, and you went rook f7, and then you took on f5 with check, and you won the game. You won. This is not 1200. No, if this game is 1200, I won't do the other games. No, it has to be 3 digits. There is not a living, breathing chance. Okay, let's put it this way. There is not a chance this game is above 1099. I can understand this being a 1050 game. Those games can be a little bit ridiculous. There is no chance this is an 1100 rated game. No chance. No chance. For black, maybe. White, no. Wait, no, sorry. I mean, white, maybe. Black, no. Black played... I mean, to play e4 and then to not play e5 on the literal next move. Like, you just play e5. Just fork. It's the previous move. Crazy. Okay, knight f6 check is an easy tactic, but I understand. And then the rest of the game was pretty solid. Pretty solid. Hanging the knight is bananas. But like, what level do you have to be to decide that you're going to be a Catalan player? I don't think anybody below 800 plays the Catalan. I don't think a 700 watches a YouTube video and then plays the Catalan. And then black also played pretty decently. I'm going to talk myself into thinking this is a 4-digit game. No, but there's no chance. I have to say like 870 to 920. I think it's a low 900 game. But I feel like it could be in the 900s. There's no chance this game is above 1099. If this game is a game between 2 1300s, I'm going to freak out. Really, I'm going to freak out. Or maybe this is a game between 1300s who are just bad at tactics, and that's why they play the Catalan. I'm saying 8 to 900. There is just no chance this game is like a 1300 game. There's just no way. Survey says this is a 1300 game. This is a game between two 1300s. 1327 and 1280. Oh my God. How is that possible? How is that possible? How on earth did you both play that bad? They both did it. It wasn't just one of them. They both played horribly. Landon. Game Review thinks you're 1150, which is kind of what I said. I said if anybody's 1100, it's you. And I said 8 to 900. Didn't I literally say 850, by the way? I think I said 870 to 920. It thinks that black played like an 850. Yo. How on earth, how many seconds did you spend on the move? Landon played e4 and spent 30 seconds on the move a4? 30 seconds! What were you thinking about? The most forcing move in the position, the most forcing move in this position is to take this pawn. That's all you have. Checks, captures, threats. It's the only move. The second most forcing move is to attack the queen. You don't have any other moves. You only have ED and E5, and E5 just wins the knight. There's nothing to calculate. Bro, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, I actually cannot. Landon. How do you not see E5? You just played E4, Okay, next game. Insane. I can't believe it. I'm like straight up bewildered. Okay. It's fine. I don't like anything anyway. Gotham sub, London, H6, powerful. Hey, any of you try to play real openings on chess.com and then your opponents just play like idiocy, like stuff like this? You guys are like trot out your little Scotch or Vienna or your London and they just like do something like this and then you just get mad. Okay. Okay. Nice, you did your little knight to d7, good lord. Okay, boys and girls, what do we think? Another 1300 playing like this? I mean, that's... I guess they're trying to go e5. I guess that's what they're trying to do. Guess that's what... I would go h3. Good move. Nice. Yes, it's worth it because then you damage the structure. And did you play queen c2? Yes, you did. And they blundered it. Holy crap. No. No, you have to play moves that are more emphatic than getting blocked by a pawn. You lose a lot of points for queen f5. I'm very unhappy with the move queen f5. Oh, and now you stubbornly stayed there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your queen is trapped. Oh, your queen is trapped. And black is playing great, and there's just no chance. There's no chance you're going to make a comeback here. Oh my god, he's going to go here and he's going to hang his queen. That's what's going to happen. He's going to go there. Oh. Sack the rook. You just take it automatically. How? There's no way you're actually going to make a comeback, right? Oh, okay. You're still losing. Wow. How is this going to... How are you going to lose this? You're gonna lose, right? You can even queen takes rook. Rook e6, king b5, a4, king a5, bishop b4. Oh. With my eyes closed, I predicted the sequence. I'm gonna open my eyes and there's going to be a king on a5, a pawn on b4, on a4, and a bishop on b4. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is just so pathetic. That is just so pathetic. You run your king to the most cramped space on the board. Like, your king is living in a 10,000 square foot home. And he runs himself to the cliff. He just doesn't have any moves. Unfathomable. Unfathomable blunder. It's just completely idiotic. Just, oh my God. Hey, credit to White for not resigning. Credit to White. White deserved this, by the way. Look, guys, you gotta watch the slow run to learn how to beat stupid openings. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. You avoid a move like Queen F5 by just seeing that you get blocked. Be careful with your queen attacking. Be careful with your queen attacking. Your queen should not really be the leader of the attack in a cramped position. It shouldn't be. Much more powerful move is, of course, castling, but also knight e5. Because this move, you take with a pawn. That dislodges the knight, and when the knight moves somewhere, like, at a minimum, you can play like e6, but you can also just bring the queen back. You can, you can castle, win slowly. Don't do this. Don't help them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't attack don't lead with the queen. And now you're really cursed because you were probably like, oh, I'm just going to move my queen. And no, the queen should not be this congested. That's not where the queen should be. You have to have a feel for your position. Now, with all that in mind, I actually think this is not that stupid. I just guessed the game at 850 and it was 1300. I actually think to come up with this, you have to be pretty smart. I don't think it's 1400. I don't think it's 1400, but I will say like 1100. I'm going to say between an 11 and 1200. I mean, I'm going to say 11, 1200. I just don't think, there is no way. What level do you have to be to not take the rook? What level do you have to be to not take the rook here and then to run your king into a loss? But at the same time, what level do you have to be to play the move knight to d7 to try to get e5? I think 1100. I just don't think a 900 can play chess like this. I'm going to say 1100. $13.75 versus $13.18. Oh my goodness. Please tell me black had low time at the end. Please tell me black had low time. No. 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 And he thought about it. No. And he thought about it. No. No, 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 no. 1,500. Last game, bro. Last game. I mean, I thought this was a sophisticated anti-London plan, but no. CFD guy. No! You're gonna get my new book to improve? Yeah, look, chess, can I be honest with you? Chess is about feel. And when you have a feel for a position, like at this point with white, you should be thinking, this is stupid. And the way you played was really smart, h3, g4. This was really clever. But here you need to have a feel. Your feel needs to be rip open the position. Rip it open. And then get a position like this, and castle, and d5, and knight d5. Your queen's perfect. You don't need to give a check just because you can give a check. Last game. You have to have feel. Getting to 1600, like these people at 1600, they're not that good. But their feel is better. Last game. Wow, holy crap. Nimso Indian, queen c2 on the board. Queen c2, Nimso. I've been preparing this recently. Shout out to EG Cosmos, my boy. Okay, knight f3, b6, excellent move. I love to play like this. And one of the reasons I really like the Dutch defense, by the way, highly recommended. every single one of you. How many people? We got like 1,200 people watching? 2,200. Holy crap. Really? Type hi in chat. So some of you are subscribed to Chessly, my educational platform. If you're not, try the free trial, okay? Do me a favor. There's a lot of you who are here. If you haven't tried my platform, Chessly, Chess LY, you can sign up for a free trial. You can do it you don't need a credit card. We did that on purpose because I value my consumers. We have a 0.5% refund rate. All right, we love our customers. Go learn the Dutch defense. Go learn the Dutch defense on Chessly. You are gonna win so many games. Free trial's free, no card required. Go learn the Dutch on Chessly and see how many games you're gonna win. The structures that you get in the Dutch with this type of pawn structure are so nice, and you don't even allow it because your pawn's on f5, so they can't even play e4. They can't get this. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have some really good times. This is just a terrible position though, because white's just gonna get e5. In fact, I think white could have just played e5 anyway. But, oh my goodness, this is very dangerous by black. Just h4 with white. Okay, h4. Or trap the rook. Now, obviously, it's guessed the elo, so black is going to win. Nice, we push the... Okay. Hey, look at white just, like, not taking. Obviously, 4-digit. Do you collect your information? How about instead of asking, you just go look? There is no catch. You can sign up for Chessly, and if we see that you're abusing the free trial, we'll ban you, all right? No, I made a website where you just use Chessly, and if you like it, you pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, or you can't pay for it, you don't. That's it. You just don't do it. There's no catch, all right? There's no biometrics. You know? B5. We don't steal your information, sell your information, do anything with your information. Beautiful. By the way, can I just say black, excellent to get this. You know? Yeah, you don't have to submit a blood sample to use Chessly. I think Chessly's fantastic. And we're working on an app. Can I show you guys? How would I do that? I'm going to show you. There's an app prototype. It's almost ready for alpha testing. Not to be confused with beta or sigma. Okay, so white could have just trapped the queen. Black got a little bit of counterplay and then immediately got walloped. Okay, you lost your only pawn. Now white is threatening to checkmate you. How is... Yeah, rook c3. Oh, rook c3. Or... Knight e2. Wait, this still might work. Where's the mate? You don't have a mate. G5? G5 maybe. Oh, queen h3 is apparently winning. Guys, let this serve as a lesson that if you're ever under attack, all you have to do is open up the enemy king. Incredible. Like, you literally just have to... He didn't take the rook. This was smart. He didn't take the rook. He sacked the knight to open up the position. And then he gave a check. And then he took with the knight. I would have taken with the rook. He's a better player than me. Then he went knight e4, which is completely nuts. I would have went knight e2, winning the queen on the spot. And bro's just winning. That's completely nuts. All right. Nimso Indian. No real blunders were made. Okay, not having a good enough understanding of chess to play knight d7. Then obviously defending it. Also here, like, it's absurd you don't go h6. It's completely crazy you don't go here. We already sent out invites to the app a long time ago. Like, people can express their interest, but... So a lot of people signed up for alpha testing, and also VIPs will get alpha testing if you are a VIP on the new platform. If you want to join, email support and say that I sent you from the stream today. support@chessly.com. Then you played very well. White kept the attack going. By the way, white gets a lot of credit also for playing this move, knight d2. Crazy move, backwards move to keep advancing the pawns. I think this game's like a 1700 level game. Here's why. Nimso Indian. Solid opening. and then completely not having any understanding of how to play the opening afterward. Kind of makes sense, but playing an IMSO. Knight d7 is insane. Allowing the bishop to go to h6 is insane. Then white, you know, really slow playing the position, and then black getting a lot of counterplay, and then, you know, immediately pooping your pants. I think 1700 would... But then, you know, making a comeback... I mean, this is crazy. This little combo here is nuts. No, I'm gonna take back 1700. I think 1580 to 1620 is my guess. 1580 to 1620. That's the 40-point range that I'm going for. 1580, 1620. Survey says